Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about Bring Them Down. Directed by Christopher Andrews, it's his feature debut released on February 7th, 2025. Bring Them Down is an Irish drama that explores the escalating tensions between two neighboring shepherding families in rural Ireland. Now, before I hop into my review, if you want to support the channel, then please take a second to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you, I really appreciate it. As a warning, this review will contain some major spoilers, so please continue at your own risk. Lastly, if there's anything you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know by leaving a comment and I will do my best to get to it. Thank you. I'm hopping in 3, 2, 1. The narrative centers on Michael O'Shea, a reserved sheep farmer residing with his ailing father, Ray, on their ancestral land. Two of their rams go missing and Michael finds them amongst his neighbor Gary's rams at the market. Gary refuses to give the rams back, and when Michael's rams are brutally massacred, he takes vengeance into his own hands. The film structure is unique, first presenting the story from Michael's perspective and then revisiting the events from Jack's point of view. Jack is the son of Gary and Caroline, Michael's former lover. Seeing the story play out from Jack's viewpoint highlights the misunderstandings and poor decisions that fuel the conflict. Bring Them Down explores themes of guilt, revenge, and the cyclical nature of violence. We've all heard the sayings, an eye for an eye, and violence begets violence. These sayings ring true in this movie. Earlier in Michael's life, he made a mistake that resulted in his mother's death and Caroline's scarring. As a result, he's become very reserved and somber. He's weighed down by remorse and familial duty. Being a sheep farmer may not be a glamorous life or the life he loves, but it's the life he knows and feels bound to. To be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen a Christopher Abbott movie until this year, and now I've seen two. I loved his acting in Wolfman, and I love it here too. Michael's initial lack of retribution against Gary and his meekness frustrated me. You have no idea how badly I wanted to see him smash Gary and Jack to pieces. So when he finally took action, I got really excited. To my surprise and shock, the film cut back to Jack. This tone and narrative shift were a little frustrating, but very eye-opening. Jack is a bit of a sleazeball, which Barry Keoghan is fantastic at playing. I see that man's face and it's got villain written all over it. He is a generational talent. Anyways, even though Jack is a shithead at times, he's acting in his family's best interests much of the time. His nasty actions are all to keep the family out of debt, and his father Gary isn't even aware of everything he's doing. It almost makes you feel sympathetic for Jack because he's kind of a product of his surroundings and the people he grew up with. It makes Jack a very vulnerable and impulsive character. As the climax approached, my initial rage on Michael's behalf had waned, but I still wanted to see Jack and Gary put in their place. If I spent my entire life taking care of a herd of sheep and one day my neighbor cuts off their legs and kills my dog, someone would find out. I would be in my shoot first, ask questions later era. Even more so given the completely rural Irish setting. I genuinely enjoyed the somber and tense tone. I think it blended perfectly with the cinematography, production design, and soundtrack. Nick Cook captures the stark beauty of the Irish landscape, using its vastness to underscore the character's isolation and inner turmoil. The film has a muted color palette and reflects the bleakness of the narrative and the harshness of the characters' lives. I love the use of natural lighting. It helped immerse me in the rural setting, and I love the rustic interiors of the homes and attention to detail with the farming lifestyles. The only thing I didn't quite like was the handheld camera work. There was a specific moment where Michael chased after a strange van in the night, and the shaky handheld camera didn't work for me. Anyways, like I said, the soundtrack fit the tone well. Composed by Hannah Peel, it was serious and somber. The songs had a minimalist approach and utilized ambient sounds to enhance the film's tension and emotional depth, so I have no complaints. Pacing wise, I think this movie was solid but had room for improvement. The movie was only an hour and 46 minutes, but I think there were some scenes that could have moved quicker, and I'm still unsure how I feel about the ending. It wasn't quite what I was expecting and makes me think I've been watching one too many violent John Wick revenge tales lately. Some final thoughts: I did enjoy the supporting cast. Aaron Hefferman was fantastically villainous. Paul Reddy was a solid bad dad. Colm Meaney was a great embittered patriarch. Nora J. Noon was a sweet, kind, and concerned mom and neighbor. The performances were good all around. Bring Them Down is a semi-slow burning tension-filled drama that thrives on its atmosphere, strong performances, and moral complexity. It's a film that challenges the audience's expectations, forcing us to question our initial allegiances as the story unfolds. While I found myself frustrated at times with Michael's passivity, the shift in perspective added unexpected depth, making the conflict feel more nuanced. The cinematography, production design, and soundtrack work in perfect harmony to create an immersive, somber experience that lingers long after the credits roll. Though the pacing could have been tighter and the shaky handheld moments weren't my favorite, the film still delivers a powerful, thought-provoking story about vengeance and the ethics of right versus wrong. So, if you're a fan of character-driven dramas with a somber and unforgiving tone, this one is worth checking out. Thank you for listening to my review of Bring Them Down. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.